Live by Night kind of had the air of something familiar, and when it came out on the big screen, it just kind of got lost in amongst the other movies, and the bad word of mouth kind of put me off it, because this movie, according to every other reviewer that I kind of read and saw, was pretty much unwatchable. So I put it off until it arrived on Blu-ray, video on demand, that type of thing. And I kind of liked it. I enjoyed the movie. Now, yes, it's derivative and it's unoriginal and it's very much like most of these gangster movies that you've seen before, but it was fun and it was entertaining and I had a good time with it. The basic story is about Joe Coughlin. That's Ben Affleck's character. Now, he is a self-proclaimed outlaw, someone who's been to the war, seen atrocities, came back, had zero thanks for it, and just decided to just rob places to make his money. His idea of the perfect life is to sleep all day and live all night, have a great life. But unfortunately, there is warring gangsters in his hometown of Boston, and he is forced to kind of make a choice of which side he would rather be on. He doesn't want to be on any side, and he gets almost killed and driven out of town. He ends up with a grudge against one of these sides and decides to go and work for the other side so that he can get to that person that kind of ruined his life. And that's basically what the movie's about, but it's a little bit more than that. It's your typical gangster kind of movie with Affleck's Coughlin playing one side off against the other to get to his end. But it has a little twist in the fact that during his life of trying to make his enemy miserable, he discovers that he just doesn't care anymore. The revenge is gone. It's not a part of his life. He doesn't really care. He still holds that grudge. But he's got a new life. A life that he enjoys and that he likes and that he wants to kind of spend time in. He knows that the lifestyle that they're in, you have a limited lifespan. You're never going to see old age. Very few people do. And you're constantly going to be watching your back. And you see that kind of go through the character. He doesn't like the things that they're doing. It upsets him. He's not got the stomach for the kind of hard-nosed work which some of the other gangsters are prepared to do. And I like that aspect of the movie. I like the fact that he's going, no, do you know what, we'll just fail. This thing that we've been planning for a long while, if it just doesn't come to fruition, so be it. I'm not harming anybody else, any other innocents, for no problem. And I like that kind of aspect of the movie. The movie, as we've seen with other Affleck-directed movies, looks pretty good. There is some nice action set pieces and there is some good car chases, especially one where the car won't properly work for Affleck and they're pretty much getting chased down by a guy running. But it's fun, it's exciting, it's well shot, and you can tell the geography of where everybody is and how it's all playing out. There is some short shrift on some of the characters, and one character that appears also briefly is Sienna Miller, and she is by far the MVP of this movie. Her beautiful on the outside, ugly on the inside, gangster's maul is just a delicious turn from Miller, and you know that this is not a nice character. She will do anything that sort of furthers her, and it's just interesting to watch. I liked Live by Night. Sure, it's not perfect, but it doesn't have to be. I was entertained, the movie zipped by, and I was interested by some of the subject matter. The fact of having gangsters versus Ku Klux Klan was interesting to me. You know, you make these gangsters the people you don't want to like, but then suddenly against the Ku Klux Klan, you're rallying on the gangsters to take them out. I gave Live by Night 3 out of 5. It is better than I expected it to be. If you were put off because of the reviews, I urge you to give it a shot. You're probably going to find that you may like it, like I did. Have you seen Live by Night? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs. Film.